we set the scene.
Okay.
So would you guys set the scene, please?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Well, we're in this beautiful suite in Jersey City overlooking...
Lynn rolls first class, baby.
Yeah. Overlooking the water and the city with,
It's beautiful. I mean, it looks cold.
I don't know if I'm...
Have you not been outside yet?
No, we haven't been outside. I know.
I got outside this morning and I'm like, this California kid. I'm like, yeah, it's sunny. Oh!
I know. It's like, we just came from Florida. We haven't been training anywhere else this winter. So
I'm telling you, layer up for training.
Yeah, we're in for a treat.
Not mentally strong enough for cold weather.
Yeah, you're not.
I will be the first to admit it. I saw the wind. I already feel chap. I'm not going to be okay.
Something we love to do when we have teammates on is have each teammate introduce each other, both as a player and as a person. And this is the first time we've actually had a married couple on.
Cool.
Okay. Roommates,
soulmates, life mates. This is the one and only Allie Krieger. Allie Krieger Harris. It's not official
how are you
yet.
Gonna do that?
It's not official yet, but she's pretty much. No. This is a fight. We're both feminists, so it's really difficult for us to give it all.
It's like such a mess to change your name. I'm sure you know.
Okay, let me introduce you. Okay. This is Allie Krieger, teammate, soulmate, life mate, roommate, wife mate. All of the above. Young, beautiful, talented.
Young.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Center back, outside back. Forward, 6.
She's like a Renaissance woman.
I wish.
She does it all.
Yeah.
People. She does it all. Okay, my turn.
Okay, talk about me.
That's all you get.
This is my partner, Ashlyn Harris, also teammate, roommate, all around incredible human being that I've had the pleasure of being with every single day and have found a really good work-life balance with, who gives me the honest truth all the time, which really has helped me be as successful as I am. So thank you for all your support, and being my teammate. Yeah.
That was one of our best teammate introductions. Well, maybe it's because you're married. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
We're good at this.
That was really good. Got a little teary.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, I watched the wedding video.
Oh yeah.
Talk about teary.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
It was something.
Yeah.
I think that's where we should start.
Okay.
Let's go to the royal wedding.
Yeah,
Good Lord. Oh my God.
It was really, really magical. It was so much fun. It went by so fast. But we had the best weekend. Most of the girls were there. A couple of people couldn't make it, but,
well, we
it was
invited
amazing.
150 and 140 RSVP,
and
I'm like, well, there's not even a B list.
I meant our teammates here. But everyone that we really wanted was there, and it was just a day full of happiness and love, and I don't know, really good moments. Everything worked out perfectly. There was really nothing that happened that I can remember that really caused some havoc. So
besides
it was
everyone
successful.
laughing that I was mad that we couldn't go to the cocktail party.
Oh my God.
We went?
I didn't know that was the thing, that you couldn't show up to the cocktail party.
She goes, we're not going to the cocktail hour? And I go, no. Can you imagine mingling at the cocktail hour? We're never going to get out of there.
I was so
and
mad.
then we can't make our entrance at the cocktail hour.
Pino was like, just sit down. Someone bring her snacks. Okay.
We were in the RV because it was an area where the venue was like a museum and garden. So you weren't really allowed to have a room at the venue, specifically for us to get ready. So we had to get an RV. So we got ready at the hotel, and then we had to go there in the RV. So we had to pay for the RV for that, the whole day.
Party bus!
Yes, it was exactly. It was like the wedding party RV. And then, our makeup and hairstylists were there. So it was just kind of that was our hiding spot. So after the ceremony, we went there. Before we took pictures, they fixed us up, and we took photos. And then we go back to fix our hair, make sure we're not sweaty and gross for the introductions to the reception. So it was really fun. We danced. I don't remember getting off the dance floor. We just danced all night, and I think Crystal got MVP.
Crystal is always MVP.
Yeah.
Dunner.
Dunner
was always bringing the heat.
Oh, she was on the dance floor the whole time, getting the moms and aunts and uncles involved, and just
everyone.
Everybody when your dad threw his cane down.
Yeah, he threw the cane down. And, it was great. We had the father-daughter dances for like a minute.
Yeah.
But it was great. I thought the order of the wedding was nice because when we had Pino and my brother speak, it was kind of broken up into sections. So, we would dance for a little bit, then we would come back and eat, and then that's when Pino had spoke. And then we would go dance some more, and then we'd have another break, a little bit later, and then my brother got up and spoke. Yeah. So I thought that was, like, really well done.
The attention span of athletes is definitely something you have to keep in mind.
Yeah. So if we had everyone stand up and speak at the same time, it would have just been
a nightmare.
Not as, like...
stagger
engaging.
Yeah, you got to stagger it. Mm-hmm. A few minutes here,
But the attention to the detail, like the LGBTQ tables that were dedicated to different
the Trailblazers,
Trailblazer and Pioneers and Billie Jean King and Ellen DeGeneres and Anderson Cooper and and then the rainbow colored cake. I thought was cool.
Yeah, that was.
And then
surprise.
I just read the story about Ashlyn, you going over to the Vogue editor, because of course Vogue covered the whole ceremony. Tell this story. That was so cool.
Yeah. So I did here in New York City, I did kind of like a summit for Condé Nast, which is like clearly just the top of like all these big publishing, magazines, and there was so many influential people there. Billy Porter was speaking before, our panel, and Greta was on the panel, and just there's so many powerful people, and we were all just talking about, what we bring to the table in our profession and how we're paving the way for change and yada yada. And I spotted Anna Wintour the second I sat down. I was like, whoa.
Vogue editor.
Yeah. She is front row and center.
Sunglasses
on, just looking like a queen. And I'm obsessed with her. I think she's just like amazing.
Iconic.
Yeah, she is. She's a total legend. And we're talking about I speak a lot about being a 1%er, and what that's like here, and how we constantly have to wake up and choose to be great, and not, we just don't know what average is, because average can't exist in
What's
in
your
our
definition
life.
of a 1%er?
1%ers are just the people willing to do things that other people aren't willing to do. It's a constant decision to wake up and choose to be great and not to be mediocre. And that's with everything you do. I think Allie and I strive to be 1%ers. That's what we eat, breathe, live by. And we constantly surround ourselves with people who want to push and move and motivate us. And we don't surround ourselves with people that just want to be taking our energy and taking. So I think that I was just explaining myself and how I choose to live my life and how it's propelled me to be where I am. I think the brain is a crazy thing, and this is a whole nother topic, but I think all of us here in this bubble of the women's national team are all technically equal. I think your head and your headspace is what keeps you here. The air is thin. It's a very, very hard environment. And I think if you're a 1%er and you live by the values you preach, you stay here. And that's why some people stay for a year or 2 or 3 camps, and some stay for 10 years plus. So anyways, I beelined it for her after talking about all these.
She was like,
talking elbowing people.
Yeah, like, see ya.
But then I heard she was beelining it for me because she loved what I had to say.
As you were saying that, I was like, hell yes, hell yes.
And she was just like totally vibing off of what I had to say about whether you're in a professional work environment or whether you're in, it all works. It's all, I talk about, the engine and the moving parts and making sure everyone is really focused on doing their piece really well. So it's good for the collective and yada, yada, yada. So she was just like totally vibing. And I was like, I know you don't remember this, but you highlighted Allie and I's engagement, and I spoke about visibility and how important that was. And like, it's very special to us in our community to be able to open a magazine and see 2 women together, because when I was a child, I didn't have that. I didn't get to look up at a billboard and see 2 men or 2 women or trans or anyone in our community visible. And that made me feel away. That made me feel like I had to hide who I was because it wasn't something that people welcomed. I didn't have a seat at the table, which that was a really hard time in a lot of our lives. Like we struggled together figuring out who we are, what does that mean, what consequences does that have, and on us personally, our careers, all these things. So I just kind of told her, I was like, visibility is so huge and we need more of it. And like your magazine, Vogue is like it. It's like everyone loves it. People adore you. And I think it just created this dialogue. And I guess I was told by her people the second we left that meeting, she called, because I was leaving for a fitting for my wedding. And I had told her that I was working with Tom Brown. And I guess she called him immediately after and was like, we need to do a bigger story here. Like there's something here. And that's how it kind of just started.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And I love it in that you were so cognizant of, we want this to be visible, to your point, right? So that others will see it's normal. And she just gets on the phone and is like, boom, done.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah. And now we have this wonderful group of friends we have met through Vogue and Condé and Ralph Lauren and all that. Like, these are our like really close homies that we love. And like, we like plan, dinner nights, and it's just so it's.
And end up going to the Vanity Fair party because of that connection.
It's just that's right. That's what I saw. I saw those pictures.
Like, just we, have
pretty
met
incredible.
So many.
You signed with a modeling
people.
agency, I saw, right?
Yeah, we did last year. Elite modeling agency out of New York City. And they've been so great to us and so supportive and willing to kind of give us this challenge of crossing over to the beauty world. And they've kind of taken us on and have really tried to put us out there and try to create change through, being athletes into that, beauty modeling world. So I think we need more of that, and we're willing to kind of get uncomfortable to grow and, basically shout out to the world that, athletes are beautiful too in every size, shape, and color and form. So we want to just test that boundary and test ourselves and try to be more than just athletes.
It comes down to the visibility piece. I think Allie and I we constantly want to be on the cutting edge of something different and break new barriers. And we started, just on this rampage of how can we create visibility throughout, and how can we bring these type of companies into our world and see how we can kind of cross over. And we knocked on a lot of doors, not guaranteed anything. And I have a big issue with the beauty world because I think it was detrimental to me as a child. And I constantly was living up to these false expectations that didn't exist. And here I am, like an athlete who's in great shape. And I hated myself. I thought I was too fat all the time. And all these things I just didn't sit well with. So, we walked into a lot of big magazines and Cosmopolitan and, beauty brands, and we're like, enough with these zero size models with this perfect hair and this perfect complexion. Like, that is not our reality. Like, that is completely false and fake, and it's really giving people a complex. And we should celebrate women and all types of women.
Yeah. Let's really test your product out on the field when we're sweating and running around, and like, your makeup and your hair products and all of these other amazing things that we could test and really see if it works. Like, give us that chance. Like, we use these every single day, and no one, no companies really even see that. So why can't we kind of cross paths into the athletic world and, show people that we can be just as beautiful?
And can you make jeans that fit my thunder thighs? That'd be great.
Yeah, right?
I mean, Like, seriously. Come on.
I know.
That's the next thing. Upper body's built like a tank. I can't get my arms in any shirts.
I know.
I always had that problem as well.
Yeah. I know.
Brandy and I were lifting partners, and she looked like that when she
gosh.
stripped off and got naked after 99. And I was like, I live with her. I do the exact same things.
What is going wrong?
Why don't I look like that?
I know. We say that every day. I'm like, how are people so ripped? And then, like, as many hours as we spend in the gym, I'm like, I do not have a six-pack.
I know.
It might be my donut and wine problem.
Yeah, maybe.
That contributes, actually.
Maybe.
I think that would be fascinating for people to hear that. Allie Krieger, you don't have a six-pack?
I mean,
what?
It's there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's somewhat
okay. It's all through our own lens here,
it's somewhat
people.
there, but yeah. I mean, it's not like I can go
our
out
body issue?
and drink all the wine I want and, cupcakes and donuts and then expect to be good.
What's
so.
wrong
We
with
live
that?
life hard, Allie and I.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
wrong
we
with that,
do.
Allie?
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
I know.
Well, I think it goes to show that
I don't.
all of us women, we have our issues with our body. How we look at ourselves might be different than how others look at us.
Yeah.
You touched on it briefly, but you said you kept your relationship under wraps for a long time in fear of your, what would happen with your career, what would happen professionally. When did you decide this needed to change?
Well, I was no longer on the national team, so I felt like more confident at that time to be able to be like, it is what it is, and not that I was settling not being here back in this environment, but just that it was time to kind of like live our truth. And I really feel like we weren't hiding intentionally from everyone because all of our friends and family knew. I think that for us to give everything to our club, our country, our families and friends, that, we had to, shout it from the rooftops somehow and really make ourselves feel accepted, not only with each other, but with the world, and not pretend like it's not normal to be in a relationship with the same sex. And I feel like we were treating it as that it's, not accepted or okay. And, we don't really care what other people think. I think it was more so like about us being truthful with each other and ourselves at that time. And I know that we were nervous about our sponsorships and, our administrators in the club and club officials and also with the national team, more importantly. But after we had announced it, our, U.S. soccer president, our U.S. soccer coach, I wasn't even on the team again or back on the team yet. And everybody was reaching out. All of our sponsors were sending us flowers. And it was just like we got so much positive feedback that we were like, wow, like why
did we wait this long?
Yeah, this long. Yeah. But also it's a sense of like privacy too. Like I'm a private person as it is. I don't really want, I never really wanted my relationship to be out there because I know of all like, social media. There's not, everyone's has always something to say. And I think that that's something that is sacred being a public figure. You kind of want to keep your private life private because that's kind of what you have for yourself at the end of the day. So it wasn't necessarily that we were hiding. It was just more so like, okay, well, once we announce this, get ready for like the fandom, all the supporters, everyone like knowing our business. And are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And is that going to be something that we want to do? And we really had to sit down and talk about it. But we always say to each other, if we're saving someone's life, then anything is worth it. That sacrifice.
Yeah, I think also it's something that both of us, like I was very comfortable from the beginning. Like I knew that like I adored her, loved her. It was always Allie. But I think it took you time, and I was willing to put my crap aside and make sure she was fully comfortable and confident making that step and, being out. And I've always been very public with my fans and my family and everyone. What you see is what you get. It's very, but I wanted to protect her. I think it's important to do it together and not force someone into something that they're not ready to do. And as soon as she was ready for it, I thought like, wow, this is awesome. Like we can finally speak our truth, like together. And it took some time, clearly 9 years, but it was like completely worth it. And Allie's right, because there's a lot of people out there who think they can't live their truth and they're trapped. And it affects their well-being, it affects their life. And a lot of people, you know, hurt themselves or commit suicide because of it, because they don't feel like they belong or they don't feel like they have a place. And we wanted to give back in a way. We didn't want a marriage or a wedding. Clearly we wanted a marriage, but we didn't want a wedding. But we shaped our entire purpose around being thankful for the people that came before us who lives were at risk. People were killed for being who they were, and a lot of crap came with being out in certain times in our society. And it was very, very, very important for us to have the Supreme Court ruling in our vows. It was very important.
Sydney read those, right?
And it was just an appreciation thing for the people who've come before us, who have fought so hard for us to have the right to stand up there and live our truth and preach love and acceptance and understanding. So I think for us, that whole wedding was not clearly just about us, but moving forward of, just like you always say, and Kyle says, like, we have happy endings too.
Right.
You know, and everything we did surrounded that. Like, this can be beautiful, this can be accepted, this can be rewarded, this can be normal.
Yeah.
But we have to put it out there.
Well, it's interesting. The video itself of the wedding was phenomenal. But I don't know if you've taken the time to read the comments underneath it. I mean, they go on for pages. And what's so neat is just that, is here I am, completely straight, bawling my eyes out, and I have a completely new perspective on this. And in terms of, this is love. And if you love someone that's your same gender, who cares?
Right.
Was basically the thing that kept coming out over and over again. And so it worked.
Yeah. I mean,
because when we were younger, like, I didn't even realize two women could be together. My brother, like, came out to me when he was in senior year of high school. And I was like, oh my God, I love you no matter what. You're amazing. Who cares? This is great. You know, and that was luckily my response to him telling me. I said, I will support you no matter what, and I love you no matter what. But I didn't realize until, like, college, really, that two women could be together. And I was just like, my eyes opened up to this whole new world. Because when I was younger, I guess I was, just not exposed to it. It was never really...
No, you're brainwashed to be a certain way.
Yeah, and I was just ignorant to the fact that, you know, same-sex couples existed.
And you don't see it in Vogue magazine back then.
No, and now I'm like...
Or in movies.
Thank goodness.
Or on television.
Like, we had that experience to show... you know, the younger generation, and we had a lot of older supporters too, who now are at 40 years old coming out to their families, you know, after seeing the wedding video and just feeling so comfortable and confident in themselves, that I was so happy that, you know, why we did it really blossomed and helped.
Has there been a specific moment or story when someone's come up to you and said something that will stick with you for the rest of your life?
This is no joke when I tell you this. I get thousands of those, and each one are just important. So it's hard for me to say. I get letters, Allie and I, letters, like people coming up and, you know, being vulnerable and talking about really heavy topics. They've never even met us, and they're probably telling us some of their deepest, darkest secrets. But I think we have created a space where people feel a part of something, where they feel safe and they can talk about these heavy topics that are really affecting their life. So I don't have one thing that has stood out to me. I can tell you that I've had thousands of people say, by you living your truth has saved my life. And now they can go take that into their community and help someone else. And that's what we're trying to create.
Besides, like, you know, all of those individuals coming up to us, and even at my adult camp, there's so many individuals coming up, both male and female, who are such supporters of us and have just told their stories and just said, thank you so much for doing what you do and living your truth, because it helps me live mine. And there's one story that I can tell you guys about that really, I think, will stick with me for the rest of my life. Is not only those, but this one in particular. I was at the NCAA final, speaking for a sponsor before the game to some families and young athletes. And then afterwards, I did photos and just signing autographs. And a normal line and going through taking pictures, and it was great meeting everybody. And then this one family comes up and they have 2 moms and 3 kids. And as they were leaving, one of the moms came up to me and just said, thank you so much for, living your truth and, being authentic and, congrats on your wedding. And I just wanted to let you know that my daughter came up to me and said, wow, Mom, she's just like us. And that to me is so refreshing to hear, because, kids obviously are making that connection and seeing, that, their family is also normal, and we're all normal human beings who just want to live a happy, healthy life and, share love and, be normal. And it was just really sweet that she said that.
Oh,
it's amazing.
That's awesome. Rewinding. In 2019, Allie, you touched on it, right? I mean, you went through this period of darkness, let's call it.
Oh gosh, should I get under the couch now?
But for you, the thing that sticks with me in this, and to give, again, some context to listeners who may not be super soccer savvy.
Yeah, you saw me at my best and my worst. So,
yeah. I mean, you're on the team, you play in the 2015 World Cup, you win a World Cup, you're still on the team, but then all of a sudden you go
star of the team.
Yeah. And
a star of the team, for sure.
Stop.
And then all of a sudden, 2017?
Yeah, summer of 2017, July.
She won't forget. She knows the date, time, hour,
right.
second.
Yeah.
You're not
didn't play a minute of the tournament.
Yeah, not brought back in for how long?
2 years. I would say till April 2019.
Right. But during that time, the thing that sticks with me is that every time I'd see you and every time I'd see Ash, right? One, Ash is always like, Allie's amazing. Yeah. She's working her ass off. Yeah. She's out training every day. I mean, she would give me the update. I'm like, how's Al? What's Al doing? What's going on? She would give me this update. And the commitment, which people don't see, right? They see the end of the story. They don't understand the journey. And you have to understand the grind you went through to fight through that. Because that had to have been so hard.
Yeah, it was miserable. I, honestly, if I'm honest, I went through some shit. Yeah. I really struggled.
We had some really tough
times. Yeah. And not only with Ash, I remember going on vacation and I told Pino right away, I just said, listen, I think it was after that time where I wasn't getting called in recently. And I said, do I hang up the boots? Be honest with me. I respect your opinion, obviously. And you've been my friend for over 10 years. And this is a safe space. And I know Ash was, told me multiple times in our private conversations. And she goes, no, are you joking? You keep fighting. You deserve to be there and you just keep working hard and don't hang up your boots and this and that. And I said, okay, good. Now I know the two, most honest individuals I think that I could, besides my brother, I could really go to for that support and that straight answer because I was prepared for everything.
That was Megan Rapinoe.
Okay. And I was like, all right, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. This is still the path for me. And I really had to dig deep. I mean, I got up at 8 a.m.
Every morning. I was
I would go out and train. And I hired, our defensive coach, Seb Hines, who used to play for the Orlando City men's team, would come out with me. And now he's one of our assistant coaches with the women's team in the Pride. So I just woke up and went out to training with him every day, every morning. He would get up, wouldn't ask for a thing, would just meet me out there and say, yeah, I'll be there. We'll have what do you want to work on? This is what I think we should do and this and that. Just stayed fit and ready.
So you do a whole separate session from what you were doing with your team.
There was times she would jump into my goalkeeper sessions if he wasn't available. I was like, come on, let's go.
Not that I was like putting on gloves, but I was like shooting at her or like dribbling as like a forward and taking shots on goal and doing the technical piece of it. Just anything I could do to get better. And then we hired our friend, Avery Tucker, who is a sports performance trainer down in Melbourne, Florida, to come and train us 3 times a week. After those morning sessions. So it would be like back to back. And I just knew that what I was doing was still, I couldn't control the coach's opinion and if they liked me or not. I just needed to control myself and make it very difficult for her to ignore me once the season came around at club. And I really said, listen, like, I have to play well. I have to do well every game. I have to stand out and I have to help my team be successful in order to get the call. And I just focused on that, really. And, with Ashlyn's help and the support of, my friends, also getting a dog. I think Logan really saved my life.
I got her a dog.
I'm not joking. I think Logan just saved my life. And
what kind of dog?
She's a Cane Corso Mastiff. And that was during the time that I was really struggling. And I don't know, I needed to put my energy somewhere. And I was really emotionally wrecked. Talking to my therapist and going to my Al-Anon meetings every week, just to make sure I kept my perspective on the right goals and the right things. So it was hard, but
I will say, not to cut in, I think that, you clearly know what this environment's like, and it's really difficult to give your life to a team and to a federation and be almost born and groomed in it and then just be cut at your knees. And just, it gives you the realization that every person can be replaced. And like, I think both Allie and I rely so heavily on the human element. And I think that is the hardest part for her, because I can speak for her, is how much she gave to this team and how much she gave to this federation. And it pretty much was just like, that's it. See ya.
It literally spit me out and at 98 caps, and I was just kind of like, is that it?
Like, no, thank you.
Like,
no.
Really? There's no reason. There was no why. There was nothing that, hey, this is what you need to work on.
That was the thing as a fan. I didn't get it.
Nothing. I
Imagine not getting it as a player.
I think it's really hard. And you just need it was like a relationship, right? Where you don't have closure and you're just kind of like, is that it? Like, what can I work on to then maybe improve in my next relationship? Like, what, did I do something to hurt your feelings? Like, how is this end? Like, why did it just abruptly end?
Yeah.
And you just don't talk to me anymore.
Nothing.
Like, after 9 years. Like, it just is, I don't know, even talking about it really.
It's hard.
There's a big question mark.
When did you get a sense, like, or did you not until you got the call that there's a chance here?
Well, I kept watching it. I watched every game. I analyzed every game because one, for my coaching course, I started to put my energy into, getting my C license with NWSL players, which was a great experience. And then doing AKFC, my camps and clinics, which was awesome. And so I put my energy into other things that I wanted to do for a long time that I wasn't able to do because of the team and because we're so busy and whatever. But, I think I kept watching the games and I'm like, listen, like, I don't think that the door's closed for me, because I would see some of the players being brought in, and no offense, I just knew that I was better. And I knew that I was more experienced, and that being on the team for a long time, I could step back in if I were, given the chance and I don't know, prove myself again. And so we would have conversations, and I just said, listen, like, I know once I get my toe in the door, then that'll be it. And I have to be ready for that.
Well, I think the team always knew that there was something missing, and we were having those conversations. We needed her in. And Sue, what was the line that Sue told you?
Sue Bird told me this on vacation. Or no, she had texted, Sue Bird had texted me this and said, listen, I want to send you this quote. because I think it would be meaningful for you in this moment. And she said, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Yeah. And I think Will Smith originally had said this quote, but anyway, besides the point, like, you know, for her to text me out of the blue, that was really inspiring for me. And I said, you're right. Like, thank you so much for this. This is going to push me even further and motivate me even more. And I think that was kind of,
that was a big turning point.
When Jill called me out of the blue, I hadn't talked to her for I don't know how long, and called me out of the blue in the middle of our preseason 2-a-day training and said, hey, do you have time to talk after? I think it was after the France game, France trip.
I looked at her and I was like, this is it, and you're ready.
And then I remember Alex and Ashlyn, like,
the
so
team
happy.
Was freaking out, you guys.
I know.
The team was freaking out.
That was the best
Which was
part of
really
it.
Because
everyone was like, come on, just do it. Come on, just do it. Call her.
Yeah.
They probably were like, call her, damn it.
Yeah.
So the best part was when you got your 100th cap. I think I texted you. That picture where there's a circle of them,
and then everybody cheering.
And the joy on, like the authentic, genuine joy on each face, looking at Allie, who's in the middle of this circle, and you guys are like dancing around. I'm like, look at all those faces. They are so damn happy for her. Like you can feel the love in the photo.
And that is what kept me going every single day, because I knew I wanted to fight for those women, and these women here. Like, it's just. This team means everything to me, and you know, just having that experience and seeing their faces in that photo, and every camp, it felt like a new celebration. They're like, "You're back!" You know, you're here. Like, Allie's here.
But I tell you what,
it's real.
Things are okay.
The thing that actually no one knows, and these are the things that I'll carry with me forever, and this is a testament to how incredible these women are on this team. Is the leaders gave Allie an opportunity to talk after her 100th cap. And we all got together, because usually it's, you know, cameras are around, staff is around. And it was the first time we had ever done this, to give her time and her space away from everyone, but just the collective, the team. And it was so moving. It was so special. It was so vulnerable. No one left that circle without tears in their eyes. And it just, like, you could feel the heartbeat just get closer and closer and closer. And it connected us. And we've all been, like, on this really hard journey together. And to just give her that, like, space to say what she needed to say, give thanks to the people she needed to give thanks to. But at the end, it showed her perseverance, and it was her choice to choose to get out of bed every morning and be ready for this moment. And when I talk about people who are 1%ers, a lot of people could have curled up, changed path, called it quits. This is too hard. But she dug deep, and I am, like, super proud of the woman she is and the woman she's continued to grow and to be. And I think it was a great learning lesson for a lot of those young players, because this journey is not easy. And it is going to take so much loss and sacrifice and uncomfortable, like, moments that you have to be able to push through to survive, because it is literally like Hunger Games here. It is survival.
Like, we're here to take people's jobs.
It is survival of the fittest.
Like,
Julie talks about that in practices.
It really is.
It's a bloodbath.
It's the gauntlet.
Because you're like, this is my livelihood. Like, this is how I put food on the table and put a roof over my head. And, like, you're in my spot. And you know what? I'm going to put fire underneath of you, and you better be ready for it.
But I do think that was a really special moment.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for saying that.
Great for our team just to feel like,
because at our 100
human spirit in that moment.
Because when we talk about 100 caps, and you know, other people have the opportunity soon, you're in front of the coaches and, you know, and the players and the staff and some of the staff. And so I think in that moment I needed to just be in front of the players. So I could speak freely. And safe.
In all of the amazing things that happened to both of you in 2019, from afar, I think one of the coolest things is that at the World Cup, Allie, you were the last player to touch the ball in that tournament.
Enough about me, you guys.
No, that's great.
I just had to get that out there.
It was perfectly fitting.
No, it was
you come
amazing.
in the second half, And of course, because you have that experience, you were ready when you needed to be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I know.
she has the trust and the courage to say, okay, I'm going with my most experience. I was like, perfect. Fitting.
Yeah, I ran on that field. My head held so high. Just like, I mean, sad that obviously Kelly couldn't finish the match because, she had an incredible tournament. But she even looked at me, we hugged, and she was like, you're ready. Like, so we gave each other, encouraging words. And she was the last player I talked to before going on the field.
Shit, how do you beat this in 2020? Really? I know.
I'm like, I should have retired.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I know, it sounds like you guys have a lot of work you want to do ahead of you.
No,
which
we
is
do.
Inspiring.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, it's game time. We got a heart out in 10 minutes.
We do.
We're going to do fast.
Okay.
We got to get you to training. All right, so we always play a competitive game that Lynn comes up with. I do not, contrary to popular opinion, know the questions ahead of time.
Okay,
it's a
great.
trivia game.
Oh, gosh.
So it's 5 questions. That's usually Julie's response.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, you're like really sitting up now. Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Is this about the team?
I get really excited for this. I can get my competitive juices out.
This is so good. Oh, all of us
I'm ready.
just clenched our hands.
And everyone's sat up straight.
Sticky in here.
Oh, man. The theme of this game, every game is a different theme. The theme of this game is the Newlywed Game. Okay. And all the questions are about celebrities who got married in 2019.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to lose this.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Done.
The main rule is that you have to squeak in with an answer, and you get to pick your squeaker.
Basketball.
All right.
That's a good one.
We also have...
Dinosaur.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Kriegs doesn't
Julie.
I'm going with the Robin Roberts boar.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Signed by the Robin Roberts.
Logan was dying.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Thank
so
God
there's
our
5
dog's not here.
questions.
Okay.
Number 1.
You guys are not playing as a team, by the way.
Okay.
I know.
You're
I
separate.
know.
We're
We're
all separate.
Okay.
Hunger
Okay.
Games.
Okay. Here we go.
To each
We're
their
in
own.
it.
Number 1. How many Jonas brothers got married in 2019?
1.
Incorrect.
2.
I was like, there's only 3, so come on.
So number 2,
Okay.
speaking of Hunger Games, this actress is known for her role as Katniss in the Hunger Games and won a Best Actress Academy Award. And she got married in 2019.
I know half of it.
Lawrence.
No, Jennifer Lawrence. No, Jennifer... What's her last name?
Jen Garner.
It is Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like you guys get a half.
I guess
Yay!
Okay,
I
so
knew it.
Ashlyn's up.
1.5. 1.5.
All right. Number 3. This is multiple choice. Gosh. Which well-known designer tied the knot in 2019? A. Marc Jacobs. B. Donna Karan. Or C. Tom Ford.
Marc Jacobs.
Correct. Ashlyn
Thank you.
Harris is on
Oh,
fire.
come on, honey. This is my fashion world.
What do you have, 2.5?
Lynn, you know this is my weakness.
Fashion is
I think if
my
you get one more,
favorite.
if you get one more right, you take the game.
Okay.
Number 4, this supermodel is a judge on America's Got Talent, was once married to Seal, and is known for unique...
Heidi Klum.
Oh, good job. Are you okay over there?
I didn't even let you finish the questions.
Okay. Number 5, here we go.
Like you are a statue over there.
Number 5, Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo got married in 2019.
Oh, come on, Lynn.
What reality show did they meet on?
Oh, I'm so
A,
done.
The Bachelor, B, The Bachelorette, or C, Bachelor in Paradise?
I'm just going to say C, Bachelor in Paradise. So Ashlyn doesn't win.
Incorrect.
Oh.
So either A, The Bachelor, or B, The Bachelorette.
What was his name again? Our girls are going to be so disappointed.
Rachel
I know.
Lindsay and Brian
Call a friend, Kelly O'Hara.
Abasolo.
Bachelor fan.
Go ahead.
All of our young girls watch it.
Wait, can I call a friend? Let me call.
Okay.
Phone a friend. We've never had this.
Okay,
This
we're
could be
gonna
the
do it. We're gonna
Bachelor's
do it.
amendment.
For.
Can you phone a
Put her
friend?
on speaker.
Put her on speaker. Who is it, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes. This is my phone a friend, so you guys can't take my answer.
The Ashlyn Harris.
But we need the
amendment.
question. Right?
She better. Thank God you picked up. I'm on a podcast. I'm calling a friend for an answer. Are you ready?
Oh my god, you're on a podcast?
Yeah, Julie's.
Hi, Kel!
Oh, wow.
Okay, ready?
Kelly's been on it.
Okay, listen, because I need this answer to win. Okay, ready?
Smart person question?
Bachelor or bachelorette question, so I knew you would know it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready? Listen.
The game is about newlyweds in 2019. So Rachel Lindsay and Brian Absolo got married in 2019. What reality show did they meet on? Is it either A, The Bachelor, or B, The Bachelorette?
The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Oh, that's not fair.
Thanks,
You
sis.
make fun of me for watching.
I know. I'm so sorry I ever made fun of you for watching that terrible television show. Love you. Bye.
I mean,
We got 5 minutes left.
That's so great.
that was good. That was good.
Phone a friend is key.
We're gonna skip most pressing questions.
Okay, well, when you guys are back on,
we'll do
most pressing questions.
Okay.
We're gonna do high, low, cheer, which is
If you
stay ready, you never have to get ready. Yeah. And I think Will Smith originally had said this quote, but anyway, besides the point, like, you know, for her to text me out of the blue, that was really inspiring for me. And I said, you're right. Like, thank you so much for this. This is going to push me even further and motivate me even more. And I think that was kind of,
that was
and then
a big turning point.
When Jill called me out of the blue, I hadn't talked to her for I don't know how long, and called me out of the blue in the middle of our preseason 2-a-day training and said, hey, do you have time to talk after? I think it was after the France game, the France trip.
I looked at her and I was like, this is it, and you're ready.
And then I remember Alex and Ashlyn, like,
The
so
team
happy.
was freaking out, you guys.
I
The
know.
team was freaking
that was
out.
the best
Which was
part
a really
of
great
it.
Because everyone, it's
Yes.
like, everyone was like, come on, just do it. Come on, just do it.
Call her.
Yeah,
They
like,
probably were like, call her, damn it.
Yeah.
The best part was when you got your 100th cap. I think I texted you.
Yeah.
That picture where there's a circle of them
and then everybody cheering.
and the joy on,
Yeah.
like the authentic, genuine joy on each face, looking at Allie, who's in the middle of this circle, and you guys are like dancing around. I'm like, look at all those faces.
Yeah.
They are so damn happy
know.
for her. Like you can feel the love in the photo.
And that is what kept me going every single day, because I knew I wanted to fight for those women. And these women here, like, it's just, this team means everything to me. And, you know, just having that experience and seeing their faces in that photo, and every camp, it felt like a new celebration. They're like, oh, you're back, you know, you're here, like, Allie's here.
But I tell you what,
it's real.
Things are okay.
The thing that actually no one knows, and these are the things that I'll carry with me forever, and this is a testament to how incredible these women are on this team, is the leaders gave Allie an opportunity to talk after her 100th cap. And we all got together, because usually it's, you know, cameras are around, staff is around. And it was the first time we had ever done this, to give her time and her space away from everyone, but just the collective, the team. And it was so moving. It was so special. It was so vulnerable. No one left that circle without tears in their eyes. And it just, like, you could feel the heartbeat just get closer and closer and closer, and it connected us. And we've all been, like, on this really hard journey together. And to just give her that, like, space to say what she needed to say, give thanks to the people she needed to give thanks to. But at the end, it showed her perseverance, and it was her choice to choose to get out of bed every morning and be ready for this moment. And when I talk about people who are 1%ers, a lot of people could have curled up, changed path, called it quits. This is too hard.
Yeah.
But she dug deep, and I am, like, super proud of the woman she is and the woman she's continuing to grow and to be. And I think it was a great learning lesson for a lot of those young players, because this journey is not easy. And it is going to take so much loss and sacrifice and uncomfortable, like, moments that you have to be able to push through to survive, because it is literally like Hunger Games here. It is survival.
Like, we're here to take people's
it
jobs.
Is survival of the fittest.
Like,
Julie
I'm sorry.
talks about that in practices.
It really is.
It's a bloodbath.
It's the gauntlet.
Yeah. Because you're like, this is my livelihood.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I put food on the table and put a roof over my head. And, like, you're in my spot. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to put fire underneath of you, and you better be ready for it.
But I do think that was a really special moment.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for saying that.
Great for our team just to feel, it's like,
Because at our 100
human
cap,
spirit in that moment.
Because when we talk about 100 caps and, other people will have the opportunity soon, you're in front of the coaches and, and the players and the staff and some of the staff. And so I think in that moment I needed to just be in front of the players. So I could speak freely.
Yeah.
And safe.
In all of the amazing things that happened to both of you in 2019, from afar, I think one of the coolest things is that at the World Cup, Allie, you were the last player to touch the ball in that tournament.
Yeah. Enough about me, you guys.
That's
I'm
great.
getting uncomfortable.
I just had to get that out there.
It was perfectly fitting.
No, yeah.
You come in the second
I
half, and of course, because you have that experience, you were ready when you needed to be.
Yeah.
And
I know.
she has the trust and the courage to say, okay, I'm going with my most experience. I was like, perfect. Fitting.
Yeah, I ran on that field. My head held so high. Just like, sad that obviously Kelly couldn't finish the match because, she had an incredible tournament. But she even looked at me, we hugged, and she was like, you're ready. Like, so we gave each other, encouraging words. And she was the last player I talked to before going on the field.
Shit, how do you beat this in 2020? Really?
I know. I'm like, I should have retired.
Don't say that.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I don't know. It sounds like you guys have a lot of work you want to do ahead of you.
No,
which
we
is
do.
inspiring.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
All right, it's game time. We got a hard out in 10 minutes.
We do.
We're going to do fast.
Okay.
We got to get you to training. All right, so we always play a competitive game that Lynn comes up with. I do not, contrary to popular opinion, know the questions ahead of time.
Okay,
it's a
great.
trivia game.
Oh, gosh.
So it's 5 questions. That's usually Julie's response.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, you're like really sitting up now. Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Is this about the team?
I get really excited for this. I can get my competitive juices out.
This is so good. Oh, all of us just clenched our hands. And
everyone's sat up straight.
Sticky in here.
Oh, man. The theme of this game, every game is a different theme. The theme of this game is the Newlywed Game. Okay. And all the questions are about celebrities who got married in 2019.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to lose this.
Oh, God. I don't know.
I'm done.
The main rule is that you have to squeak in with an answer, and you get to pick your squeaker.
Basketball.
All right.
It's a good one.
We also have...
Dinosaur.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Kriegs doesn't
Julie.
I'm going with the Robin Roberts boar.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Signed by the Robin Roberts.
Logan was dying.
Oh, my God.
All right,
Thank
so
God
there's
our
5
dog's not here.
questions.
Okay.
Number 1.
You guys are not playing as a team, by the way.
Okay.
I know.
You're
I know.
separate.
We're-
We're all separate.
Okay.
Hunger Games.
Okay. Here we go.
Each
We're
their
in
own.
it.
Number 1. How many Jonas Brothers got married in 2019?
1.
Incorrect.
2.
I was like, there's only 3, so come on.
So number 2,
Okay.
speaking of Hunger Games, this actress is known for her role as Katniss in the Hunger Games and won a Best Actress Academy Award. And she got married in 2019.
I know half of it.
Lawrence.
No, Jennifer Lawrence. No, Jennifer... What's her last name?
Jen Gardner.
It is Jennifer Lawrence. I feel like you guys get a half.
We got
Yay!
half
I
Okay,
knew
so
it.
Ashlyn's up.
1.5.
Jedi Knight.
1.5.
All right. Number 3. Which well-known... This is multiple choice.
Gosh.
Number 3. Which well-known designer tied the knot in 2019? A. Marc Jacobs. B. Donna Karan. Or C. Tom Ford.
Marc Jacobs.
Correct. Ashlyn
Thank you.
Harris is on
Oh,
fire.
come on, honey. This is my fashion world.
What do you have, 2.5?
Lynn, you know this is my weakness.
Fashion is
I think if you
my
get one more,
thing.
if you get one more right, you take the game.
Okay.
Number 4, this supermodel is a judge on America's Got Talent, was once married to Seal, and is known for unique...
Heidi Klum.
Oh,
Correct.
good job. Are you okay over there?
I didn't even let you finish the questions.
Okay. Look at these. Number 5, here we go.
It's like you are a statue over there.
Number 5, Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo got married in 2019.
Oh, come on, Lynn.
What reality show did they meet on?
Oh, I'm so
A,
done.
The Bachelor, B, The Bachelorette, or C, Bachelor in Paradise?
I'm just going to say C, Bachelor in Paradise. So Ashlyn doesn't win.
Incorrect.
Oh.
So either A, The Bachelor, or B, The Bachelorette.
What was his name again? Our girls are going to be so disappointed.
Rachel
I know.
Lindsay and Brian
Call a friend, Kelly O'Hara.
Abasolo.
Bachelor fan.
Go ahead.
This is all Lynn
All of
watches.
our young girls girls watch it.
Wait, can I call a friend? Let me call.
Okay.
Phone a friend. We've never had this.
Okay,
This is
what I'm
First
here
Amendment.
for.
Can you phone a
Put her
friend?
on speaker.
Put her on speaker. Who is it, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes. This is my phone a friend, so you guys can't take my answer.
The Ashlyn Harris.
But we need the
Amendment.
question, right?
She better. Thank God you picked up. I'm on a podcast. I'm calling a friend for an answer. Are you ready?
Oh my god, you're on a podcast?
Yeah, Julie's.
Hi, Kel!
Oh, wow.
Okay, ready?
Kelly's been on it.
Okay, listen, because I need this answer to win. Okay, ready?
Smart person question?
Bachelor or bachelorette question, so I knew you would know it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, ready? Listen.
The game is about newlyweds in 2019. So Rachel Lindsay and Brian Absolo got married in 2019. What reality show did they meet on? Is it either A, The Bachelor, or B, The Bachelorette?
The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yes. Thanks,
You
sis.
make fun of me for watching.
I know. I'm so sorry I ever made fun of you for watching that terrible television show. Love you. Bye.
I
Okay,
mean,
we got 5 minutes left.
That's so great.
that was good. That was good.
Phone a friend is
We're
key.
We're gonna skip most pressing questions.
Okay, well, when you guys are back on,
we'll do
we'll
most
most pressing questions.
Okay.
We're gonna do high, low, cheer, which is the last segment of the podcast.
Okay,
This is
let's.
something we do around the dinner table. You can steal it when you start cranking out your babies.
Okay.
with my kids.
Okay, what do you do?
High of their day, low of the day,
Oh, yeah.
and someone they cheer for
Okay.
that you're grateful for.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. High of my career would be winning 2 World Cups.
Boom.
Low of my career, getting fired in 2017.
It's still heavy on our heart.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And who I'm grateful for, obviously, my wife, Ashlyn Harris.
That's great.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
grateful for you.
Okay. High of my career was, I would say, the 2019 team. I won't say that it's just because of winning, but the way in which the team won and how they grew into, like, everyone grew into such inspirational, like, female impactful leaders, like paving the way in our community, which I just like am totally here for. I would say the low probably would have been suffering. Like in college, I was injured a ton and I tore both my ACLs in like a year span and then became like heavily depressed and in a dark place and started abusing substances. So I would say that would be my lowest of lows. And then, I'm grateful for, I would say I cheer for and I'm grateful for this team because it saved my life.
Wow. How did it save your life?
Yeah. So it just gave me a home, gave me a place.
A way out.
Yeah, it gave me a way out. It gave me the life I had always like imagined.
You two are awesome human beings.
Thanks.
Yours was more in depth. Well, mine now I feel like,
Now you got
that
FOMO?
was trash.
Well, sorry. You can go again
kidding.
maybe next time.
It's okay. Yeah, next.
Hey, thanks in all the craziness for spending some time.
Yeah,
with
of
us.
course.
Thank you guys for inviting us.
You two have been our #1 requested guests for Laughter Permitted, so thank you for taking
Really?
the time. And I have a
you're
feeling our
welcome.
audience is going
Welcome.
to be
Yes.
very
Thanks.
inspired
Thank
by
you
this.
guys
Thanks,
for
you
supporting
guys.
us and wanting us on, and thank you too for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I can't wait to watch all that you're going to do going
Yeah.
forward. It's going to be fun.
Thank you. Us
Boom.
too.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Get to training.
All right, let's go.
Fear not, they got to training. I will disclose, however, and I'm not going to mask my disappointment. Lynn, do you recall? They had no donuts. They were that focused on training.
It's true. They passed up on the donuts. But they were going right to practice after the interview.